Last year, America switched off one small tax break on cheap parcels. They went on to collect the biggest customs haul in roughly 100 years. Here's what the US worked out that the rest of us are about to. Hi, my name's Sam Anderson. I'm the founder of Order Fulfilment Experts. So let's talk about the country that went first. The US had the same kind of loophole everyone had. Low-value parcels under $800 came in duty-free. It was called de minimis. They didn't tweak it, they switched it off. For China and Hong Kong, that happened in May 2025, and for the rest of the world at the end of August 2025. Their stated reasons were a bit different from the EU's and worth understanding. Front and centre was the fentanyl crisis. The argument was that the flood of tiny, barely checked parcels was also how dangerous goods slipped through, and the numbers they cited were striking. De minimis parcels accounted for the overwhelming majority of narcotics seized in cargo. On top of that, sheer volume, these shipments had exploded from around 134 million a year in 2015 to over 1.3 billion by 2024. And of course, it sat inside a much wider trade war agenda. But here's the part that makes everyone sit up: the money. In its 2025 financial year, US customs revenue hit a record, somewhere around $195 billion, with one monthly haul peaking above 30 billion. Numbers not seen since the early 20th century. Now, I'm going to be straight with you because the headline gets misused. That 195 billion is all tariffs combined, not just the parcel change. Closing the de minimis is one ingredient, not the whole pie. And there's a genuine wild card. A chunk of those tariffs is tied up in a legal challenge that could force tens of billions to be refunded. So treat the big number as the direction of travel, not a fixed fact. There's one more difference that matters, however. In America, that money goes into the general treasury, the central pot, to spend as the government sees fit. Now, compare that to the EU, where the new parcel duty flows up to the central budget in Brussels rather than staying with the country that collected it. Same idea, close the loophole, raise the money, but very different plumbing underneath and a very different politics about who controls the cash. So what's the takeaway for a seller sitting in the UK? Two things. First, this is now proven. Closing de minimis raises serious money, which is exactly why the EU and the UK are following the trail. Nobody walks away from numbers like that. And second, the country that moved first and hardest didn't collapse cross-border trade, it reshaped it. And the businesses that adapted early did fine. That word adapted is the key one because it raises a question almost nobody's asking. If governments are the obvious winners here, who else is quietly getting rich from the end of cheap parcels? Because it's not who you'd think, and that's in the next video. If you like this series, please subscribe so you don't miss it. Many thanks for watching.